G'day everybody. This is part 2 of the 2 videos of my latest tour of the yard at Christmas time 2022, summer here in Australia. I tried to do it as one video and it's just too long and I can't put you through that. So if you like what you see in this video, by all means, please jump into the previous video that's going to have a bit of stuff in my orchard and a few other things. Thanks so much and let's get stuck into it. So just here on the other side of the fence, I've got, I think it's 5, I think they're mortgage lifter tomatoes, and they're not doing the best, but as you can see, I've got grass growing everywhere. I've not been out attending to the yard like I should, and I think they're paying for my laziness. So anyway, you can actually see some of the fruit forming there, and I think there was one ripening. Oh, how am I going to do this? There's one ripening down in there. But anyway, they've got flowers. They're not doing the best, but I really need to get out here and get back into control of things. Hey, here's some of these blackberries that I was talking about. Look at that. How cool is that? Speaking of blackberries, here's the mother plant. This is the one that started it all. So from this plant here, I took cuttings. The huge one that's over in the orchard is a little cutting that turned into what it is now, as well as the ones over here. And as you can see, this is absolutely full of fruit as well. Mulberries are done. I had an awesome season with the mulberries. This has just gone gangbusters, this tree. I cut them harsh in winter, and yeah, these are going to get a summer pruning, see what happens. But I've got a lot of mulberries in the freezer for smoothies and stuff like that. Just awesome. Passion fruit growing here. This poor fella and the other one over there was dug up by the dog, so it's in recovery mode, but it must be doing kind of okay if I can still get some fruit on it. I think there's some random passion fruit. There's a couple on the other side as well. I've got this mulberry here in the pot, dwarf mulberry, sitting here at the moment because I'm going to actually take it out of the pot and put it into this spot here beside my lemon that I'm growing against the fence. And then this pot here is going to have another tree of some type, which I'll grow, I don't know, somewhere in the yard. Sunflowers are doing well. They're just starting to open up and do their thing. And I threw some potatoes into the ground at the base of them, and yeah, you're about to see lots of potatoes growing, and this is the start of it. The other dwarf mulberry, I've moved that down temporarily in the pot next to the chicken coop, or one of the other chicken coops. And over there is another propagated blackberry, which is just something like that 6 months ago. It now looks like that, and it's already got fruit growing on it. In there. Okay, so we'll quickly go over and have a look at some of the tomatoes, some of the other tomatoes. Again, Amish paste tomatoes. I don't know what's going on. They totally failed last year. They're failing again for me this year. So I've decided from now on, no more Amish paste tomatoes for me. Don't know what it is. I've tried different times, earlier, later, different spots. It's not working. So Amish paste tomatoes, no go for me-o. Anyway, what have I got over here? San Marzanos, which are a very good replacement for Amish paste. Very similar sort of shape, and San Marzanos are fantastic for bottling, canning, as people also say. And instead of looking at me, how about I turn the camera around and you can see them. Here goes. Don't get dizzy. How'd you go? Didn't get dizzy, I hope? Alright, so we've got a little rosemary growing in there. These are my very bushy San Marzanos. And what I like to do is, to save money on steaks and things like that, I cut a steak in half, drilled it into the side there, and these ones are from last year. And then I like to run a rope, because I've got plenty of rope and string here, galore. Just run it across, and then I'll run something down to the base of the tomato, and then just wind it around the tomato as it grows up, and have it grow up the rope. So yeah, San Marzanos, and I've got some beautiful sweet Italian basil, or basil as my friends say in the United States. There, And that one there looks like it's just starting to form some, what do you call them, flower thingies going to seed. So I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. Okay, got some more borage. There you go, just as a bee turns up. Borage. I love having pollinators around and helping them out. And I'm not a flower person, but borage and marigolds I try to do every summer. And speaking of borage, there you go, in my very messy, entertaining area. And there's actually bees in that as well. So as you can see, my monstrous strawberry patch, all my different grow bags of strawberries and stuff are in there. I can't see what I'm showing you because I'm holding the camera up in the air. But anyway, we've got chili peppers, and look at the sage. I've got 4 sage in here with some grass. What's going on there? I need to get in here and clean that out. This is a random flowering seed mix that I put in for more pollinators. And there's another one just over the back in there in a grow bag. Yeah, so anyway, tomatoes. Let's keep on with the tomatoes. Oh, there we go. I don't know what this is. Please tell me in the comments, but this is absolutely beautiful. But I've got one of them growing, and I'm not going to pretend that I know what they are. Tomatoes. Right here is... I can't think what these are. Oh, you know what? These are San Marzanos, because I can see an oblong tomato just in here. So there must be more San Marzanos growing in here. Spring onions, or green onions as people say. And I left some in to go to seed. I love collecting seed. All of my spring onions are either from seed, which as you can see, I need to squeeze these out. You just squeeze them, pop them out, and save those seeds. Or I get down, if you have a look down here, what I do is I just snip them just above the ground, and they shoot up new spring onions, and you can get brand new spring onions out of the old plant. And these ones here, all of these, look at that. That one's a bit past its time. I think it's well done, but these ones are all probably 4th generation from snipping and regrowing. But like I said, I've got seed, so I'll put some new ones into the ground. In fact, there's a new one there. There you go. That was grown from seed. Still with me? I'm sorry. I'm really trying to rush this. I don't want it to be 20 minutes, but I think it's probably going to be over 10, unfortunately. Anyway, let's have a look at my bolting celery. More celery. Here's my big patch of celery that bolted on me, unfortunately, but I've got plans. I'm going to collect seed. This is great for the pollinators. In fact, just yesterday, I was out here having a look at it, and it was covered in native bees. It was fantastic. In fact, I don't know if you can see. Oh, that's just a plain old fly. That wasn't worth it. But yeah, there was native bees on here, which was fantastic. If I shake that, I don't know if you saw that on camera. But yeah, there's pollen and stuff going everywhere. But anyway, this celery, it's bolted on me, and I have plans for these. These small stalks, I'll be using those, and these woody large stalks, I'll be using those. So do stick around to my channel and see what happens, because celery bolting like this is not the end of the world. The pollinators love it. Oh, there's a butterfly. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, garlic. Garlic is done. It's coming out for Christmas. We've got that one there. We've got these ones over here. And if you have a look, if you have a look, I've got some garlic bulbs here. That's a decent sized bulb. That was a good one to show off to people on YouTube, wasn't it? There you go. So yeah, I'm about to harvest some garlic, which is pretty cool. In here, this mess is recently planted potatoes, and that's all to stop the chickens, because anything fresh, the chickens just get in there and dig up. So yep, that's now a potato bed. Along the back of the house here, this is wasted space. So I'm dropping down some weed mat, and I'm going to put grow bags. That one's got potatoes. And what I'll do is I'm going to grow along the back of the house here and take advantage of that space, that sunlight and the warmth. Now in here, this is my corn. I'm trying to grow corn again, but the mice came and the mice ate all the seeds again. So I planted these ones, I sowed these ones aside and transplanted them. Some have made it, some haven't. There's glass gem corn and there's, I think, popping corn as well. I've got some cucumbers just starting. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and there's a random bulb of garlic just over there. I need to go and grab that. And as we look here, beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful carrots. These are carrots that I let go to seed. I'll collect the seed, again, also for the pollinators. And every single one of these carrots that I've been harvesting in here have all been from seed that has basically been shaken and let to do its own thing. I've left a few onions in the ground. I had a great harvest of onions this season, but I left a few in the ground because I like having them go to seed and collect the seed. And again, they're good for the pollinators. So yeah, there's a couple. There's another one there. There's another one there. All right, potatoes, more potatoes. I'm going to spin you around. Hold on to your hats, don't get dizzy. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, potatoes, again, in recycled washing machine tubs and 5-gallon buckets. They're done. I grew these ones for Christmas. So Christmas being a week away from now, or less, I think it's like 5 days away. These will be some potatoes for Christmas. So they're all done. Raspberries. Oh my gosh. Just loving it. All my raspberries are doing so well. They always do. I've been picking so much fruit off these guys, and as you can see, there's a lot more fruit to come. I've got winter and autumn, or fall, as my friends in the USA say. So I've ensured myself, as always, lots of raspberries to go all the way through summer and autumn, which is great. I've got more potatoes down there. A couple of them are volunteer, but these ones are planted recently. I do have a video on these coming up. Now I've got these garden beds. I got these really cheap on the Black Friday sale. I've got that one there, which I'm going to put more raspberries because I just can't get enough raspberries apparently. So obviously this is going to be a raspberry growing area, and then the advantage of having that bed there is that I can get some shade cloth and run shade cloth from there across to here to shade these, because my raspberries do not like the harsh Australian sun. I discovered that a few years ago, and yeah, in my old property that I lived in here in this state, they grew fine in the open, but here they need to be covered. They don't like the sun, the extreme sun, that is. Pumpkin patch is doing well. As you can see, the pumpkins are growing, and I've got some more sunflowers down here. And let's give you a look. There we go. There's a pumpkin just there. We've got more borage there, and marigolds there, and there's the sunflowers. So very quickly, my battery's running out. Here's my latest harvest of onions that I've let cure. They need to be picked up and put inside and for storage. I've got celery happening here, my next batch of celery, and sunflowers. Here's a chili plant that I've dug out. I'm going to put into a separate pot, container. Around here, when I take the tops off the onions, I put them in water and keep them. So that way the pollinators have the seed or the flowers, and then I can also get some more seed, maybe. I've got things like some mints growing here, flowers for pollinators, my homemade waterfall thingy. Lots of strawberry runners. I'm collecting the runners and growing more strawberries because I just can't get enough strawberries. Look at this, pineberry. Thank you to Neil at Cool Climate Tropical Fruits. Strawberries that have a pineapple type taste. They're unbelievable. But yeah, I'm trying to rush this. Grapes in a pot that I need to get into the ground. Lots of chili peppers. More borage, which I just love. Raspberries that I was talking about having to plant, as well as some tayberries. Oh boy, a couple of blueberries that I need to put into bigger pots, varieties that I don't have, more potatoes. Oh gee, there's some strawberries there all starting to form. Of course, propagated mulberries, I'm always propagating them. My beautiful curry tree, which I always love to point out, is going to flower. I don't like the fruit, I don't like them at all, but I might use them to actually grow another plant. My blueberries are just abundant with berries. I've had to cover my blueberries because of the birds, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's probably too dark, I don't know, but an absolute abundance of blueberries. Blackcurrant, that needs to come out of the grow bag and go into the ground. I think that's about it. That's very rushed. Look at the bee on the borage. I just love seeing the bees go to work. It's fantastic. Okay, that's my very rushed video. I hope somebody stuck around to the end. I've still got some stuff inside that I'm growing from seed, which I haven't shown you. They're in little containers under the grow lights on grow mats, and I'm trying to encourage them to grow away from the mice and the rats. Now, in all seriousness, I do wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a safe and very Merry Christmas and New Year. And for everyone who doesn't celebrate Christmas, please have a safe holiday period. There's a lot of people on the roads traveling to and from, doing last minute shopping, visiting and stuff like that. Please be safe, be careful out there. And also, please do consider a lot of people out there that are having a hard time at this time of year. It's not so merry for everyone. There are people that struggle. So please take a moment to consider some of these people, and if you think you know someone who may be struggling, maybe reach out to them and to see how they're going, and just say g'day and just let them know that you care, and everyone else does care. We all care. No one should be alone out there. There's plenty of us around to say g'day to everyone else. And I'm rambling, but look, have a very Merry Christmas, New Year, all that sort of stuff. Please take care, everybody. Thank you so much. I probably will have another video before the new year, but I didn't want to be here to be talking about that. I just wanted to basically say that if I don't see you until next year, I will see you next year. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. I'll leave a video on the screen for you to click on next, as I normally say, and bye for now. Take care.